On the 27th of May 2011, a new EU regulation on privacy was written into UK law, which means that website owners now have to ask for your consent before they write cookies to your machine. We knew this was going to have a huge impact on our industry, and so together with another London agency, we formed a joint venture called Cookie Collective to look at finding solutions to the problem. You can find out more about this on the website cookielaw.org. One of the first things we wanted to do was to build up a picture of the way in which cookies are being used by some of the biggest websites. So we built a database to capture that information. We felt the best way to capture the data was through crowdsourcing. So we built a plugin, gave it out to the wider community, and volunteers installed it on their machines and then submitted the data back to us so that we could analyse it. Having settled on the idea of using a browser plugin, giving that out to the community, we don't know how many people are going to install it, and we have no idea how much data is going to be submitted to our service. So we needed a solution that was going to be very easy to build, very easy to scale, and not be ruinously expensive. And the obvious way for us to do that was to use the cloud. The thing that attracted us to Windows Azure is that it's a platform as a service offering. So all of the details of the infrastructure management are abstracted for you. All you do is concentrate on what your code needs to do and achieving the job that you've got to achieve. Details of the VMs, the network, the VLANs, IP addresses, load balancers, stuff like that is hidden from you, so you don't have to do any service management. So to begin with, we have a web role on the front end that hosts a number of instances of a web service, and the web service is collecting data from the plugins that are out in the field. And the beauty of Azure is that if we find that we're getting more data coming in than we anticipate or are currently built to a service, then we can easily add additional instances of that front-end role just by telling Azure to add those instances, and it will take care of the management of that for us. So the data that's coming in from the web service, that gets written into a series of storage queues, and the messages go into the queue, they make their way through to, in the back end, we have a similar kind of setup in that we have a number of worker roles which are processing the messages that come off the queues. Those have, again, multiple instances that can be scaled out if necessary to add additional capacity to the system. And the queues provide a nice way of sort of load balancing between the front end and the back end. So, if there's no capacity in the back end, the queues will buffer up those messages, or if there's sort of no messages to process, and obviously the worker roles in the back end can sit quiet and do nothing. So that gives us a nice way of handling a varying incoming load. And then the worker roles, they process the data and ultimately write it through to a SQL Azure database. So it was only a matter of weeks from the point at which we conceived of this crowdsourced database to the point at which we were able to put the first version out in production, which is great. That's the beauty of Azure. It's very easy to develop solutions and get stuff deployed very quickly. Then after that, there is a staging environment. So again, it's very easy to develop successive iterations of a product and continuously deploy and enhance without any disruption to service. And the other thing about Azure that I found that was great was that there is a professional support service and professional support SLA. So that means that any questions that you have, you can put them through to that service, and you will get knowledgeable people come back and give you good answers and help out even with sort of particular details of technical implementation.